So I picked up an RXM. I wanted a Glock that wasn't a Glock per se, and doing some online research to seem to fit the bill. The price is right, even with the custom Cerakote on the slide. That's a nice OD green there. Definitely came in under 500, so pretty good buy. I'm just going to talk about a few things, just kind of initial thoughts, compare it to the Gen 5. And there's a few other things. When I was researching these things online, there were some conflicting reports on whether it worked well with OEM Glock mags, and not a lot of information on holster fitment. So we're going to check that out. And we'll start straight away with holster fitment. So Kydex end waistband holster. So friction lock, definitely made for a Glock. Fits. Even has a nice click. Holds it in just fine. Cool. Next thing, throw a light on it. Fits my Safariland 6390. A little bit of play because I took the block out for a comped pistol, but it locks in. And just to kind of show you, that's a Glock 47, and it's got some play too, but it still locks in. Does its job. So alright, cool. So far, it's fitting into the Glock ecosystem I have built just fine. Another thing that I saw was some random weird issues with OEM Glock mags. I kind of have the gambit here, Gen 4, Gen 4.5. Some people consider the 19X that, and Gen 5. But the problem I was seeing with some people, they'd say the OEM Glock mag would interfere with the slide release, and it'd kind of hang the slide up. So I've played with these a little bit, but I'm going to show you on camera. So insert. That one worked just fine. We're going to try it the other way too. So mags in, and kind of slingshot the slide. So Gen 4 works just fine. So Gen 5 works. Lock the slide back. Put another snap cap in it. And use the slide release. That seems to work fine. 19X mag, locked in, chambered the round, locked back, and then we'll try it one more time with the slide release. So, doesn't hang up on OEM Glock mags, or at least not this one. I don't know if that's more of a gun-to-gun issue. Maybe the first batch interfered with Glock mags and they kind of just fixed it. I don't know. This one doesn't do it. Just playing around with it. And the last thing I was kind of curious about is if it worked with the dry fire mag. I use that as kind of a dry fire training aid. So, inserted. So, works. And, oh yeah, there's one little quirk with it. So say you're done, pull the dry fire mag out, you go to rack the slide. It's like locked up. So I found that if you just pull this back slightly, get your trigger back, we're back to normal function. Alright, so comparing it to the Gen 5, I mean, this is a Glock 47, so this is a full-size gun. This is supposed to be a subcompact. Triggers. The trigger is on this is not as good as my broken Gen 5. I think that has a lot to do with your slide, not your slide, your firing pin block. It's more of a ramp on the Gen 5s, where this uses the old Gen 3 button type. But I will say it's the best Gen 3 trigger that I felt. The reset is a little light, but it's very workable. Red dot mounting. So with the Gen 5, you're kind of stuck with, in my opinion, you're stuck with aftermarket plates. This is an Arise manufacturing. Now, even though you're using a plate, when you go to install this optic like snaps onto that plate. No wiggle. And then you add screws to it. Even with that, you still get kind of a lower co-witness with the irons. On this, it comes with steel sights that co-witness pretty well right at the bottom. That's where I like my irons to co-witness. But this uses little recoil boss inserts, and my concern with that is when I put this optic on there, it wiggles. Now, the wiggle goes away whenever you put the screws in, and they are using bigger screws than what this plate does. But time will tell. We'll get some rounds through it and see if it holds up. If it holds up, good. I think my only complaint is the grip, and I'm going to complain about that on any 19 sized. I'd have big hands, so I do have a full-size grip on the way already. So we'll see how that full-size grip plays with the different mags. But my guess is it'll probably play nicely. If not, I'll update you guys on it. But can't wait to get that full-size grip on here and get some rounds down range. But I think it's going to fit in perfectly with everything that I've already have. And it's a Glock that's not a Glock, and it's a pistol that takes Glock mags. I do like the serrations on the slide. And man, overall, I also like the fact that it's got that chassis system in it. Be pretty cool if Magpul came out with a kind of a PDW grip module for it. But yeah, if the thing, it seems really, really well built, you know. Aesthetically, it's nice. The metal sights, OE, are nice. And for this thing being under $500 out the door, I think it's a pretty good buy. So until there's any kind of updates or anything, thanks for listening, and have a good one.